All right, let's talk about a huge, costly problem that's probably hiding in plain sight at a ton of companies. We're talking about a massive disconnect in recruitment marketing that's just burning through cash and, worse, losing out on amazing talent.
So let me just ask you this, straight up. Do you really know where your recruitment budget is going? I mean, is it actually doing its job and bringing the best people to your brand, or is it kind of getting lost in the shuffle somewhere? Let's dig in.
You see, the real issue here is this fundamental disconnect. It's almost like you have two giant gears spinning like crazy, putting in all this effort, but they're not actually connecting. They're just spinning in place. And it's costing companies an absolute fortune.
So let's start with what we're calling recruitment's great disconnect. This is a super common scenario, and trust me, it's a very, very expensive one.
Okay, so here's what that disconnect looks like in the real world. On one hand, you've got your employer branding team, the EB team. They're spending big bucks building this beautiful brand story with amazing content and paid ads. Then, on the other hand, you have the talent attraction team, TA. They're pouring a ton of money into paid job boards and aggregators just to get applications in the door. The problem? They're both trying to do the same thing, but they're operating in completely separate worlds with separate strategies and separate budgets.
And when you have that kind of disconnect, it creates a really expensive, broken system. Now we're going to see how it's the candidates who actually get lost in this whole mess.
And here it is, the central flaw in the whole system. All that time and money you spent building an incredible brand, it often gets completely wasted. Why? Because when candidates find your job on an aggregator and apply, they usually bypass your brand, your story, and your career site entirely.
Let's just walk through this journey for a second. So, a candidate finds your job posting on some big aggregator site. They click that nice, convenient, easy apply button. Their info gets zapped straight into your applicant tracking system, your ATS. And that's it. Just like that, they've completely missed your amazing career site, all your great culture content, and every single one of those employee stories you work so hard to create.
You know, this whole broken system is really propped up by one single flawed assumption. It's this massive gap between what we hope candidates are doing and what they're actually doing.
So here's the crucial point. The big hope is that a candidate sees one of our fantastic brand ads, gets excited, and then goes to actively hunt down our jobs on Indeed or LinkedIn. But as the source material puts it, and I love how direct this is, to be blunt, this is wishful thinking. The reality is those two experiences just are not connected in a candidate's mind.
Okay, that all sounds a little bleak, I know, but there is a solution. Let's get into the organic first approach. This is basically a blueprint for a much smarter, more unified way of doing things.
So, what in the world is organic first? It's actually really simple, but it's so powerful. It just means you focus on building a really strong, search engine optimized foundation on your own turf, your career site, before you spend a single dollar amplifying it with paid ads. You build the amazing destination first, and then you start paying to send traffic there.
And this is a really, really important clarification. Organic first does not mean organic only. Paid ads are still absolutely crucial. The difference is how you use them. You're now using that paid budget to bring people to your brand, not to accidentally send them away from it. It's a huge strategic shift.
So how do you actually build this unified journey? Well, it really just comes down to three core principles for success.
Here they are. First up, centralize. Your career site has to become the absolute center of your recruitment universe. It's where your brand story and your open jobs live together, side by side. Second, you have to collaborate. Your employer branding and talent attraction teams need to be on the same page, sharing the same roadmap. And finally, you've got to commit to the strategic shift. You have to really decide to invest in this unified, organic-first approach. When you boil it all down, it comes to this. Every single dollar you spend on a job board that lets candidates bypass your career site is a dollar you are literally paying to send candidates away from the brand you've spent so much to build. Think about that for a second.
And that really leaves us with one final big question. I want you to take a hard look at your own strategy and ask yourself honestly, is your brand truly the center of your recruitment universe? Or is it just kind of a bystander watching from the sidelines? The answer to that could change absolutely everything.